Today in this video, we're going to go over how to build a quad anchor for a climbing setting with 15 feet of 8mm cord, and then we're going to go over how to check that anchor using the acronym SERENE. So the quad anchor is great because it's useful for single pitch and multi-pitch settings. So let's get to it. For your quad anchor, you want your 15 feet to 20 feet of 8mm cord. If you have about 20 feet of cord, it's great for traditional anchors, whereas the 15 feet of cord is good for just single pitch top rope settings. So you want to half your cord so you have two ends met, and you want to do an overhand knot here. You want to ensure that this knot is dressed cleanly and that you have at least 6 inches of tail. So my knot is now dressed cleanly. I've got 6 inches of tail, and then I'm going to pull each strand individually to ensure that that knot is cinched down. From here, I'm going to hold the end and offset that knot so it's not at the very edge of where I'm holding it, and I'm going to half this system. So I'm going to grab my ends and put them together at the top here, and then I'm going to half it again. So I'll take the middle down, and then from here I tie 2 overhand knots on either side. So one overhand knot here, and one overhand knot. Make sure it's same on either side, and overhand knot over here. Perfect, so here's the start of our quad, and then these 2 points will be our points that go into the bolts. So we want to take our 2 narrow carabiners, are great for this, to put into the bolts at the top, and then down here is where we will attach ourselves or our top rope pieces. So we can either clip 3 strands at the bottom here, so I've got 3 clipped, or I can clip 2, totally fine. Also clip 2. Cool, and that's how you build a quad anchor. We will now shift over how to check this quad anchor using the acronym SERENE. You can also see the quad being used as a top rope anchor in this background video.
S is for solid rock. Make sure the rock doesn't wiggle.
E is for equalized. As you can see, if I shift my weight, the 2 lines to the bolts stay taut.
And they're also 60 degrees or less apart from each other.
R is for redundancy. Here we have 2 bolts that we're connected to. So if one of them fails, we still have that one. E is for edge protection. So here at this anchor, our anchor isn't running over any edges, so our carabiners are safe from opening accidentally, and it maintains their full strength so we know that our system is safe. What we don't want happening is our anchor to be running over an edge where our carabiners could open and lose their strength.
N is for no extension. You don't want your system to extend when a bolt fails. So this is a good setup we've made in this quad here, because if one of our bolts fails and we slide down to this master point, we're only getting about this much extension. On the other hand, if we have another setup where those knots are really far apart, we're going to get a lot of extension, and that's not ideal because it'll shock load our system and shock the bolts. So on this system, our knots are a lot higher up. So now when our bolt fails, we get about a foot of extension, which can shock our system, and that's not what you want. On the screen, we have the acronym SERENE for you to look at to see what each letter stands for when checking a climbing anchor. Also, the video presented here is us using the quad anchor in a multi-pitch setting where they're belaying their second up to them. Thanks a lot for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video, and have a good one.